Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the rear shocks on this 2003 Nissan Frontier. This process is pretty much the same for Nissan Frontier and XTerra from 98 to 2004 and even more years than that. We're going to show you replacing the driver's side. The passenger side is the same. We always recommend replacing them in pairs. You're going to need new shocks from 1AAuto.com. 18mm socket and ratchet or a large wrench would work. Penetrating oil, pry bar, and jack stands.
Apply some penetrating oil to the nut and stud there on the bottom and then on the top of the rear shocks. I'm using an 18mm socket and socket wrench to remove the lower nut there, and I will fast forward as I take that off. And I'm using the same socket and socket wrench there for the upper nut, and I'll fast forward as I take that off. It can be kind of tough to get that shock off the post there, so I'm using a pry bar to pry between the leaf spring shackle that holds it to the axle, and then up there between the shock and the frame itself. And once I get the bottom free, I'll be able to wiggle it off the top. The new shock is going to come compressed with a little plastic retaining wrap. In order to get that off, just apply some pressure to it and pull it off. And then you can see here that a new shock, or properly working shock, will compress and then decompress as well. And you'll see in just a moment what the old shock does. And you can see here, after being compressed, the old shock did not come back out, which means that it was definitely in need of replacement.
Clean the shock mounting points with some emery cloth or steel wool or a wire brush, and then apply a little oil just to help you get the shock back on.
And I'm putting the new shock in. Make sure that you route it the correct way. And I'm going to put the top in first. And once I've done that, I'll be able to press up on the bottom of that shock, pressing it a little bit so that I can get the lower post on. And I'll fast forward as I do that. Now I'm going to put the washer and nut back on that bottom post. And I'm going to do the same for the top now. And once I've got those both on, I will go ahead and fast forward as I tighten those up with the 18mm socket and socket wrench.
We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.